Store-bought pasta, homemade fresh pasta. I'm Margaret Dovigo. Welcome. Thank you to all of you that watched my first video. So exciting. And today we are making fresh homemade pasta. Everyone has their own way of making their own pasta. The reason why I make it is because it brings back many memories of going to my in-laws, where my mother-in-law would be making fresh pasta in the basement on a Sunday for lunch, and it was such a treat. Now, you see this black apron? It's not going to be black when I'm done. And it's real, not like those commercials where, you know, they throw the flour in their faces. It's all real, okay? Here we go. The secret's out. Everyone wants to know how I make my pasta because it's so delicious. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Why? So that you get notifications of my next video happening, and I get to communicate with you, the most important part. Okay, let's get dirty. Okay, with flour. All right, so I'm going to put a mound of flour onto my board. That should be plenty. And I'm going to make a little well. Okay, and here are my eggs. You're going to break the eggs into the well, like that. And I like to have my ingredients at room temperature. Things just work better that way. Okay, and into this, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. It's usually a teaspoon per egg, and usually you use 1 egg per person, and you'll get enough pasta. So I have 2 eggs here. This will feed 3 people, maybe a little bit more. I didn't put too much. Oh, okay, that's good. Now, I only started doing it this way not too long ago. I used to use a bowl with a fork, and I would combine the flour and the eggs in the bowl. But with being an artisanal pasta maker, this is how they start. And I wanted to try, so cross your fingers. It worked yesterday, so I'm hoping it'll work today. All right, so you just start breaking the eggs like that. And you start incorporating the flour. So slowly, slowly, you're going to get your pasta dough. Okay, and if for some reason the egg escapes and it starts running down your board, don't worry. It's all going to be good. You just have to act quickly. And that's why I have my scraper there handy. Okay, it's coming along nicely. Usually when I'm cooking, I like to have music in the background. One of my favorite tracks is from a movie called The Big Night. And it's Italian music and folk music. It just gets you in the mood. All right. There's going to be some lucky people today. Good food happening. All right. I can almost start to use my hands. And so I'm doing half artisanal and half modern with the pasta machine. So because we're using a pasta machine, I'm going to use my hands now. Here's my pasta dough. Because we're using the pasta machine, which is going to knead it, I'm not going to add so much flour into this dough because I will be adding it slowly and putting it through the machine, and the machine's just going to knead that flour into each piece of pasta dough. Okay, so as you can see, it's coming out. Let me move this out of the way so maybe you can see better. Okay, here we go. You got your pasta dough. Eggs, flour, a bit of olive oil, and look what you have. The start of something delicious. There you go. As you can see, it's sticky, and that's okay because it's going to be perfect by the end of this. All right, here's my dough. Now, I have my machine set at the widest setting. That's the first setting. And you're not going to put this whole piece in there. You're going to cut your dough into, I like working with smaller pieces, more manageable. And if I had more dough here, I would probably cover it so it doesn't dry out. But it's only 4 pieces, so I'm not going to cover it. Just going to rub my hands a bit, get some of that sticky dough off. And I'm going to move this here, make some room, and here we go. There's the handle. All right. Okay. So it's still sticky, and this is where the flour comes in. And you're going to fold it into thirds like that. Put it through the machine again, and you're going to repeat this 3 or 4 times. You'll know when you have the right consistency that you want. You don't want it sticky. Okay. There are a lot of great cooks and chefs out there that make homemade pasta that make it look perfect. Mine doesn't look perfect, but it tastes perfect. One more time, I think, and we're good to go. Yeah, I think it's good. There you go. Nice thickness. I'm just going to rub it with some more flour, and I'm going to put it aside so that I can work on the other pieces. Hope everyone's having a good day today. It's a beautiful day. The humidity's gone. Not a fan of humidity. Neither is my hair. There are stories about that, if you ask my family. And one day you'll hear them. All right. And I hope everyone woke up feeling good. From 1 to 10, 10 being the best. I hope you're in the 8s and the 9s, because I am. Okay, this one's done. And you're probably thinking, are you sure you can feed 3 people with this? You can. And if there's anybody out there that's watching this and they are a pasta maker, I hope I'm making you proud. Okay, we're good. Now we can move to the next setting. Bring the pieces over. And here we go. After the first setting, things go quite quickly. And I just pass it through the machine twice. Okay. School's around the corner. A lot of emotions going through. What are you thinking? I have a tool that you can use later on. I'll show you how to make it. Crazy times, but everything's going to be good. Last piece in this setting. And there we go. So now, depending on what shape of pasta you're making, it depends on what setting you're going to use. So I usually make tagliatelle, and I don't really like thick tagliatelle, so I end up going to the very last setting, which I think is the perfect setting for my tagliatelle. You can see the dough getting longer. Okay. And I suppose if you're making lasagna, I don't know if you might want to cut the ends like here so you have the right shape of lasagna noodle. But when I make tagliatelle, I just use all the dough. I don't cut it. Okay. Next setting. Bring these pieces over. And as the pieces get longer, you can cut them so they're more manageable to work with. Here we go. So you see, it's almost, you can see behind it. What's the word? Translucent? Okay. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Had family over Friday night. We thought we would have to be indoors, but the weather changed and we were able to be outdoors, which is nice. First time that we got together in a long time. It was great to see them. All right. Now we're into the last setting, and I'm going to cut it. Now, to my right and to your left, I have a dish towel there, because once you finish with your settings, you want to let the pasta dry just for a bit before you actually cut it. Not too much, but just for a bit. The dish towel absorbs some moisture from the pasta, and that's great. That's what you want. I have the sauce on the stove in the background. I made the sauce yesterday. It's a tomato sauce, and I wanted to add some meat to it, so simply I just cut up some sausages and I put those in the sauce. Got a lot of good feedback from the first video. A lot of people liking how I went back to the roots of how I started baking and cooking. Okay, last piece. And yes, your floor is going to get dirty. Usually I put a big sheet on the floor, but today I didn't. Okay, let's move this a bit, and there we go. That's going to sit there for 5 minutes, but for the purpose of today, might be a little bit less. The pasta has had a chance to dry a little bit, so now I'm going to pass it through my tagliatelle setting on my machine. So I'm going to grab your, before I go do this, this is a pasta dryer. I think in Italian it's called tacca pasta or something like that. And you don't need one of these. Okay, I'm going to show you, if you don't have one of these, I'll show you how to dry your pasta. All right, here we go. So, putting it through here. And with this dryer pasta, you get one of these to help you. You're going to insert this underneath your noodles. Okay. And from here, I'll just turn this so I can show you. It's going to go on here, just like that. Okay? Easy peasy. So this is what your dried pasta is going to look like. I'm going to remove this. I made this yesterday. Okay, it's nice and dry, and remember, when you boil this fresh pasta, it takes, as soon as you put it in the boiling water, in 2 minutes it's done. So test it. Sometimes even after a minute. Just depends on the thickness of your pasta. So here we go. Perfect. Two more to go, and then I'll cut the rest of the pasta. And there you go. Look at this. This is 2 eggs. So you're telling me that 3 people can't, this won't feed 3 people? It'll feed 3 people, or just yourself. You can have a big spaghettata. All right, now I'm going to show you, if you don't have one of these gadgets, I'll show you what you can do. You make little nests. So sprinkle a little flour here, like that, and just, there you go. And you just go like that, and they'll dry. Actually, if you want, you can just toss the noodles in the flour so each strand gets coated with a bit of flour so they don't stick. There you go. Okay? So let's finish these. And a big mistake. Some people think they have to put oil in the water, the boiling water. No, that's a no-no, because I'll tell you why. Because you're putting the oil in the water, the oil is going to coat your pasta, and guess what? Your sauce is going to fall right off your pasta. You don't want that. You want your pasta to cling on. You want the sauce to cling on to your pasta. Okay. Got 4 more pieces to go. This is a long one, so you're going to have fun serving that. So I know I told you I made that pasta yesterday. I made it yesterday so that I had an end product for you. But you can make it the same day that you're going to have the pasta. This just needs to dry for maybe a couple of hours, and it should be fine. And all these pieces, don't toss them out. Let them dry like that. And there you go. You have your pasta for the day. Go have a coffee, a glass of wine, wait for this to dry, and then we're going to cook it and add sauce, and we're going to have a great lunch. Water's boiling, time to put that pasta in the water. I salted the water, I salted the water beforehand, and it should be good to go. Okay. I'm just going to lower the heat a little bit, because what might happen when you put the pasta in, the water will overflow. So here we go. Got my dried pasta. I'm going to put it in slowly. Be careful. You see, okay, I wish you could see that the water is boiling as soon as I put the pasta in. All right, here we go. 1, there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to raise the heat back up, and literally this is going to take maybe a minute or 2. And while that's doing what it's supposed to be doing, here's my sauce. Okay, I made this yesterday as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the meat, and I'm going to, which is cut up sausages. And you could do a mixture. You could do a mixture of hot sausages or sweet, and great taste to the sauce. So here we go. Oh, I can already tell it's going to be delicious. Okay, pasta's going. Lower the heat a bit. All right. And really, it's like you have your whole meal here. You have your pasta dish, you have a little bit of meat with a salad, fresh tomato salad, tomatoes from the garden. I love tomatoes from the garden. Whenever I eat a tomato from the garden, I swear I taste the sun. Love it. Love it. Okay. Here we go. 2 more pieces. And I I always say it's all about your plates and the presentation. Look at that. All you need is crusty bread, which I don't have today. So I'll put that there. I'm going to drain, oh, important. Keep some of the pasta water. It's great starchy water. You're going to add that when you add your sauce. Here we go. There we go. And I'm just going to put this back on the burner a bit. I'm going to add some butter. Butter's always good. Mix the butter, the sauce. There we go. You can just see the pasta just soaking up the sauce. Let's see what 3 scoops of that is like. You can always add more, right? Looks good. I'm going to put a bit of this starchy water in here. That's good. And I think we can plate this. And here we go. What did I tell you about the long noodles? So I'm going to use this like a platter today. Last scoop. Actually, I'm going to leave this in here because my crew's going to have this, and my husband's part of the crew, and he doesn't like cheese, so I'm going to leave this separate for him. All right, we're going to add some more sauce on top, like that. Okay, and Parmigiano Reggiano. Perfect. Here we go. Shall I? Okay, it's steaming hot. And we don't use spoons. It's just the fork. And whatever happens, happens. Okay. You can use your fingers. There we go. Oh. Thanks, Purina. As I mentioned before, school's around the corner. Parents, kids, different emotions, different feelings. The plan isn't really set yet, so parents and kids, a lot of thoughts running through our heads, even for myself, because I work in a school, and myself too, thinking, what's it going to be like? Is it going to be safe? All those thoughts, right? So I have a tool that I use, and it's called a calming jar, so a calming bottle. And when I ordered this bottle online years ago, not knowing that I would be using it for this, and I really like it because it has a lot of these empowering words on it: happiness, love, gratitude, joy, peace, and so many other words up above. Believe, one, connection, breathe, which we've been doing a lot of lately, right? And in here is what parents love, glitter, right? I don't think so. And I'll tell you about this. So the glass is your brain. And all these floating pieces of glitter are your thoughts. And when we're thinking about, well, let's take the perfect example, thinking about going back to school, going back to work, these are my thoughts right now. They're going all over the place. And when that happens, we consciously have to make an effort to step back, breathe, and refocus, come into the present. And this is what I use. So when your thoughts are like this, so for example, all the glitter's floating around. Can you see through this bottle? No, you cannot. So all our thoughts cloud our thought process, our decision making, because we can't make the right decision because our thoughts are going all over the place. But when I put this bottle down, what you'll notice is that the glitter is starting to settle down at the bottom. These are my thoughts settling down. And when the glitter settles down at the bottom, the water is clear and you can see through the glass. And when my thoughts are settled, I can now breathe easier, I can think easier and be more positive and make the right decisions for me. And I'm going to show you how to make one. Dollarama, perfect place to go get some jars. And you can use any type of jar. These are glass jars, and these are really cool. They have different color rubber rings. You have orange, green, blue, and this one I really liked because it has a spot where you can put an empowering word here. So I'm going to use this today because it has a nice wide mouth that I can pour the sprinkles in and it won't make much of a mess. Or if you have something like this, you can use a funnel and just use that to guide the glitter to go into the bottle. And you need warm water and you need clear glue. Kids, if you want to do this, young kids, maybe ask your mom and dad to help you or an older brother and sister. Okay, let's see. First I want to print my empowering word here, and I'm going to write down empower because I hope that I have empowered you today. Oh, I should have printed smaller. Oh well, I know what it says. Empowered, not so neat, but it's okay. Here we go. I'm going to tell you a funny story after about one of the calming jar stories. All right, warm water. Pour that into your glass jar. Okay. You need the warm water so that the glue melts. I'm going to put some glue. Now, the more glue you put into your water, the longer the glitter is going to take to settle. So, and you can always add later if you want. I think that's good for now. And comes the glitter. You can make these like you can get glitter that's your favorite color, a color that makes you feel good, and it's all good. This is all a mixture. Okay, let's see how that works. Hopefully this seals really well. And it doesn't seal all that well. But that's okay. My word has come off. I can rewrite it. But there you go. There's your calming jar. You can leave it. This is good for adults too. Like I said, I use it as well. You can leave it in your bedroom, in the kitchen, anywhere where you might want to see a nice jar like that. My story. I made a calming jar for each class in the school. And I used a glass bottle like this. And by the end of the day, a teacher came and said, Margaret, this is grade 3 teacher. One of the kids, small hands, dropped the bottle. So there was glass and glitter and glue all over the floor. That was all cleaned up. I reassured him. I told him, no worry, I'm going to make you another one. But this time I'm going to use an empty water bottle. And he says, that's perfect. I make another one. I bring it to him. At the end of the day, he comes by my office again. Margaret, thank you so much for making calming jar. It really works for my class. I use it all the time. So, you know, at the end of the day, it gets really busy, and, you know, I'm tidying up and I really want to go home, and I saw a water bottle on my desk and it was clear, so I took it and I put it in the fish tank. Well, as you can imagine, he had us at an aquarium and he poured all the sprinkles and glue and water into his aquarium. He was really scared that his fish would die. The next day, they were still alive. So, hallelujah, lucky fish. So don't despair. We're going to get through this a day at a time. I hope this tool helps you. Please subscribe. And if there's any question you would like to ask me, please ask me in the comments section, and I will collect them, and maybe one episode I can answer the questions to the best I can. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.